We're going to talk about ChatGPT today. It's going to be a ChatGPT workshop. So here's the game plan. I found that a majority of real estate professionals are using ChatGPT, and I've sat down with a lot of agents, and I found that a majority of us are only using a small percentage of what ChatGPT is capable of. So we're going to dive into some incredible features that I believe everyone in this room should be leveraging today so that ChatGPT works better for you, and it's more effective for you, it sounds like you. And then also we're going to be going through a couple of probably some repetitive tasks that you're already implementing into your AI that we're going to use to help you save time today. So that's the goal. So quick overview of what the game plan is here is first we're going to personalize your ChatGPT. All right, that's step one. Step two is we're going to create what's called a ChatGPT project, okay? And I'm going to give you a prompt to help you with that. And then step three is we're going to create a GPT, all right? I'm going to give you an overview of it just so that we can learn more and leverage more. I've been teaching AI classes now for years. My name is Jerad Larkin. I'm a sales rep with Chicago Title. I've been with Chicago Title for 9 years. We're over off of Kelly Johnson Boulevard. And beyond just closing your transactions, we believe in helping you with your business and partnering with you and helping you with things such as AI today, Facebook marketing, social media, video workshops. I was in here doing a video workshop a couple weeks ago. So we do all sorts of things to help you guys level up. That's the goal. Without further ado, we almost got everyone who received an email. The reason why it's so important that you got this email is because I shared 3 prompts with you today. What is a prompt? A prompt is instructions that might look like this, that you simply can use to your advantage to copy and paste into ChatGPT to give you an outcome, right? So the 3 prompts that I shared with you today, the first one is on how to personalize your ChatGPT. That's the first thing we're going to be doing. The second prompt is going to be on a listing description prompt. Does anyone use ChatGPT to create listing descriptions? It's usually the first thing I hear when I ask that question. Well, this is a very curated prompt to help you to make sure it's not breaking any rules, it's following all guidelines. To help you, all you do is plug in an address, and it will help create a listing description for you. That's the second prompt. The third prompt is going to be a video script generator. Is anybody making videos for their business? 1, 2, 3. All right, we're going. 4, 3.5, 4.5. All right, so this one right here, what's cool about this is you can copy and paste it into ChatGPT. You can see here it's pretty long, it's about 2 pages. And you just give it a topic on anything you want. And it is going to spit out a script that's about a 60-second video that you can read that's gonna have a really good hook, a good story, and then a good call to action. And it does a fantastic job. So those are the 3 that we're gonna be focused on today. The reason why we're focusing on these, I find that a lot of agents, these are common things they're using AI for, or they didn't know that they can use AI for, so I'm gonna show you how to use it. But without a doubt, first things first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive into ChatGPT. Quick question, is there any way we can we shut that thing off, do you know?
That's the face machine.
No? Okay, all right, thank you. Huge shout out to Lazy Susans, by the way, for hosting us. Thank you again. Bar's open, so help yourself, whatever you need, right? We'll be here for a little bit. From teaching a lot of, question. What's that? Mike, it's on, green. Oh, it's just for the camera. I'll talk louder. I'll talk louder. Yeah.
If you don't have a Plus account, can you still log this in and pay for it afterwards?
Great question. You're jumping ahead. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? No? Good. Okay. Let's dive into ChatGPT. So here's the deal. Who here has the free ChatGPT? 1, 2, 3, 4. Everyone else have the Plus account, which is $20 a month? Okay. I've been teaching AI classes for years on ChatGPT. ChatGPT's now been around for over 3 years. It's got over 800 million plus active weekly users. It is the dominant large language model when it comes to large language models. That's why we're focused on it today. Here's the deal. For quite some time, I've always said, if you can get away with the free ChatGPT account, do that, right? You can use it up into a certain point until it shuts you off. I'm no longer saying that anymore. There is such a vast spread. There's a wide gap now between the free ChatGPT and the paid ChatGPT. I would highly, highly encourage you to spend $20 a month if you're using ChatGPT regularly and pay $20 a month for the Plus account. You have more access to things, of course, but also it is just so much smarter. First thing I'll show you right now is if you pay for the Plus account, which is $20 a month, you have access to how smart the current most recent model is, ChatGPT 5.2. And if you didn't know this, you can click this drop down right here, and it might be defaulted to auto for you. I like to keep it and default it on the thinking option. And basically it just means it takes a little bit longer, maybe another 10, 20 seconds to give you an answer, but it's gonna try a lot harder and it's gonna give you a better result. I've tested this with free versus the Plus account. I've tested it with like crunching numbers, uploading spreadsheets, looking at data, and it's just smarter. So my encouragement to you, it's $20 a month, invest in your business, it's worth your time, it's fantastic. When we get into like uploading documents, other things, right, you'll find that we quickly run out of tokens and you get shut off for the day with the free ChatGPT. So I typically just like to leave this on the thinking model because it's just smarter. So if you didn't know that this is here, this is a great key takeaway for you right now. If you're paying $20 a month for ChatGPT, you might want to mess around with the thinking version of it. All right, back to this. Make sure we're logged in, right? Because ChatGPT can't learn about us if we're not logged into ChatGPT. So please do that. Next up, question.
Right this second, should I do Plus?
Do it. Go all in, 20 bucks a month. Do it. Do it. Upgrade. You'll probably give you a couple months for free. All right, next up. Left to right, quick overview, right? Click the new chat button, you can create a new chat. You can type anything. You can search your chats, right? So what we're gonna focus on today in a little bit is projects and GPTs. So if you don't have GPTs and projects built out, you probably just have a nice chat history, just never ending down here, right? If you ever wanted to find something, you could type in a keyword and search your chats right here to find something. So just be mindful that that's there. Next up after that, below that is images. All right, for the longest time, we're here in 2026, but in early 2025, ChatGPT was really bad at creating images. All right, I always joke that you had like extra fingers or feet for hands, and it couldn't spell letters. Well, I think it was like March 2025 of last year, ChatGPT got tremendously better at doing AI image creation. You can see here some history of images I've created. My assistant created these for thumbnails, for events, for all sorts of things. So I would highly encourage you just to be mindful of that this is here and you can leverage this to your advantage as well from the image creation. In fact, I've got some classes and workshops coming up. Let's see, I've got to book one for down here. I'm teaching this up in Denver, but kind of the next level to this workshop is using AI to design beautiful content. So in this workshop, what we do is we start to mess around with a little bit of ChatGPT and AI image creation. We show you how to take an image and create a beautiful headshot from it. We show you how to create flyers very quick for real estate listings. We show you how to create content for social media very quickly. So stick around for this. I'll do this and reschedule one. What are we in, February? For March of next month, we'll do this workshop series, all right? And then the third workshop series after this that we'll be doing is using AI to help you edit videos. So AI is just improving every single day, and now you can really leverage AI to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you with creating video content. So anything where you're talking to the camera, using B-roll footage, the AI editing apps can do a lot of this for you. All right, next thing down is apps. All right, has anyone messed around with apps here? Again, I just want to make sure you know that this is here. OpenAI, which owns ChatGPT, keeps adding apps, and there's all sorts of cool stuff in here. You can see anything from AllTrails to Booking.com to OpenTable to Spotify to Zillow, right? What these are apps that you can connect into your ChatGPT, and you can leverage them within ChatGPT. Let me explain to you what exactly I'm talking about. If I were to do a new chat right here, I can click this plus icon. If you didn't know this, this is here. This plus icon has a bunch of features within it. And I can select one of my apps. I can select, in this scenario, I've got Canva here. I've got Zillow, right? I could automatically run a search for homes through Zillow right here on my ChatGPT. All right, so the world is changing fast, you guys, on how we can leverage things like Zillow, right, the everyday consumer, or Canva, if you're using Canva at all, to create any content. And you can have AI do it for you right within ChatGPT, and then you can even open up another window and then start editing or using that website. So that's the app section. Other examples on how you could probably leverage this is like Spotify. If you had music playlists, you could have a design playlist for you. All trails, if you're a runner or a hiker, you could have it run a search for certain types of trails based off of what you're hiking, right? So the world is moving fast, how we're using this, whether it's from a professional standpoint or a personal standpoint. Next step down right here is deep research. Has anyone used deep research within ChatGPT? Cool. If you have the free version of ChatGPT, you still get access to deep research. You get so many uses on it. Deep research, just so you know that it's here, here's how you can leverage this, is you can run a very, very detailed analysis on something. So for you in real estate, an example I always give is if you wanted a very, very specific home buyer's guide. Maybe it's a home buyer's guide to buying in a very specific neighborhood, or a home seller's guide, or any sort of report. I've had it run detailed reports on migration patterns, on who's moving in and out of El Paso County, right? It can do these reports. And what it means is when you run your regular search on ChatGPT without deep research, the truth is the AI, it's just not working that hard for you. It's just not leveraging all of its power that it has capability of doing. When you turn on deep research, this is like a 10, 20, 30-minute analysis report that you're gonna have to wait for to get back. It's going deep into the internet. It's citing more sources. It's even gonna be more accurate, more detailed. When I run like home buyers guides or sellers guides to help realtors, it takes like 10, 20 minutes. And then it spits back like a 15-page analysis, right, on everything. You could leverage this. Maybe you're going into a listing presentation. Maybe you're creating a marketing analysis and you're trying to figure out who are the buyer personas. Maybe you've got a listing sitting right now and you need to create analysis on who is going to buy this property. It can help run this analysis for you. So that's deep research. Just be mindful that that's there. Okay, we're gonna skip over Codex, that's coding. Next thing down here, left-hand side is GPTs, okay? GPTs, here's the deal. If you have the free version of ChatGPT, you can explore GPTs. They might not be over here on the left. There's another way to get to it. I'll share that with you. But you can add GPTs, and we're gonna create a GPT today. What is a GPT? A GPT is essentially where we have, or someone has taken a prompt, which again is just instructions on completing a task, like one right here. Here's a prompt on a real estate listing description, and they turn it into a GPT. So it's a reusable, essentially prompt that you just click on, and then you just give it the property address in this scenario, and then it does the result for you. But you can create a GPT on anything. So I would encourage you at some point to just explore the GPTs that are within here. GPTs, anyone can create them and share them and put them in the GPT library that is here. There's GPTs for just about anything, okay? So this is the GPT section. Now, if you do have the free ChatGPT, you will not be able to create GPTs. So just a heads up on that, all right? Next thing down is projects, all right? I personally love projects. The reason why I love projects is the difference between a project and a GPT. They're very similar, they're a little bit different. What a project is it allows you to, again, run a prompt on a specific task over and over again. But why I like it is it keeps everything in a folder, and it keeps a history of each search that you've ran within that folder. So that's why I really like projects. The other reason why I like projects is why they're different than a GPT is a project is customizable, and it's a living, breathing prompt that you can alter as you work through it. A GPT, once you've set it up, it's set in stone, you're not changing it. It's always gonna stay the same. Project, you can see here, I've got projects because I do a lot of events on Eventbrite, so I've got a history of different searches that I've ran for this Eventbrite event generator, right? Here's another project that I have that my assistant uses a lot to create social media content that sounds like me, because we plugged in a prompt that's trained off of my voice that then will create social media content for all of the social platforms that she will then take and post online, okay? So that's an example of another project. You can do this for anything though, all right? Below that is your chat history, all right? Next up, here's what we need to know, is bottom left corner. We're all going to do this together if we'd like. Bottom left corner, you should be signed into ChatGPT. You should see your name. All right. Click on that. All right. I'm going to click on it. When you click on it, you're going to see this window here. It's going to say upgrade plan, personalization, and settings. All right. For us today, what we're going to be focused on, we're going to be focusing on personalization. Click on personalization. When you click on, what's that? Let me go back. So bottom left, click on your name, you see that, okay? And then click on personalization. All right, click on that. All right, and then now we should see something like this popped up. Everyone good? Window popped up, perfect, cool. So what we're gonna do here, you can see a ton of different settings up on the screen. Just look up on the TV real quick. A lot of this stuff is already set up for you, from just your general appearance and theme, to your notifications, to down here though, personalization. This is where I want to focus on right now. So personalization is where you want to click on. So again, looking up at the screen though, quick show and tell. The one other feature I want to show you within ChatGPT, right down below this, is called apps. So those apps that I shared with you earlier that were on the left-hand side, this is where you can connect your different apps. So think, for example, anyone use Canva? You have a Canva account, you could connect your Canva. You can add it. I've got Canva, I've got Google Calendar, I've got Google Drive, I've got Zillow, right? I can add more within here and connect them. And then you can use these apps within ChatGPT, all right? So just want you to be aware of that. All right, for the focus of today, we are sticking to personalization, all right? So the third button down is personalization. Now, from the top down, what you're going to see here, you're going to see base, style, and tone. So you're going to set the style and tone of how ChatGPT responds to you. This is pretty cool. Personally, I've left this on default, but I want you all to know that this is here. So right here, what you can see is there's different ways that you can have ChatGPT respond to you based off of the style that you prefer. So the first one, for example, says professional, polished, and precise. Next one is friendly, more warm and chatty, followed by candid, which is direct and encouraging, or quirky, or efficient, or nerdy, or cynical. So you can adjust it to how you want it to respond to you if you have a certain preference. Questions so far? Perfect. Hey, by the way, we got Rocket Lister in the back. Huge shout out to Rocket Lister. They made the trek down. Guys, thank you for being here. Rocket Lister, if you don't know who they are, I work with them a lot. All throughout the Denver metro, and they've expanded their market share down here in Colorado Springs. But basically, what's cool about Rocket Lister is they're kind of the one-stop shop for those agents, for any of you that just have listings and want to get back more time, because not only do they create great professional content for you, whether it's video, photos, drone, all that, but they've got some pretty competitive pricing packages where they will, for just essentially like one price, do your sign installation, set up your lockbox installation, and then do your photos and do your videos. So they're really, really great. So they're hanging out with us today, guys, by the way. They're just creating some content too. So huge shout out to Rocket Lister. Next up on personalization, right here, down below. Characteristics, you can see again, you can change all of these. I'm gonna leave mine to default. Now to the meat and potatoes of what we're focused on right now. Is this section right here, which is our custom instructions that we want to give to ChatGPT. Custom instructions is where we're going to explain to ChatGPT kind of who we are, what we do, why we're using ChatGPT, how we want the output to be. So that way, moving forward, you guys, it just sounds more like you. And you're not like tweaking it or fixing it later on down the road when you're asking it to write an email for you or respond to a text message or create a blog post or write a video script, right? It's gonna better understand who you are right from the beginning. So we wanna fill this in, all right? So I'm gonna go through this here. I'm gonna share with you what I did, and then we're gonna all do it together, all right? So pretty straightforward, right? Plug in your name, plug in your occupation. My name's Jerad Larkin. I'm an account executive with Chicago Title, Colorado. There's a more about you section if you wanted to add additional information. So some things that I have in here, for example, right, is I explain to ChatGPT who I am. I explain what I do, all right? I even go into some different additional details on what I want it to create content about. Now, the reason why I was so it was so important that you all got the email earlier today is because I shared with you kind of a little document to help you work through this on personalizing your ChatGPT. All right. And what you'll see in this first document, if you click on it and download it, it's a Google document, it's a living, breathing document here. You'll see here for question 3, if you scroll down, some stuff that I filled in on what traits you want ChatGPT to have. So you can see here, I kind of listed off, be accurate and honest, right? That's probably important, all right? If something is unknown or uncertain, say so clearly, no guessing. Number 2, I wrote, be practical. I want real world advice. I can actually use in real estate, marketing, title insurance, event promotion. Obviously, it's tweaked to me here a little bit, right? Keep it clear and structured. Use heading, bullets, step-by-step formatting when it helps. Number 4 is match my voice, conversational, professional, direct, human, no robotic wording. Key sentence there, no robotic wording. I don't know if you guys can tell, but at this point with AI, you can kind of tell when someone's using AI because when we first start to use these large language models, kind of fresh out the box, they all sound the same, right? And they kind of, if you know that person pretty well, they probably don't sound like that person. So the goal here is to get away from that robotic writing and have it sound more like you. Be a human being, right? No forced hype, because I see a lot of forced hype language with AI fresh out the box. Number 5, stay brand aligned, right? And I wrote in here, my brand is on education, collaboration, right? Making agents' lives easier. Think like a strategic partner. Help me make smart decisions, tighten messaging, and improve execution. Create content that performs, strong hooks, tight structure, clear calls to action. Use context without being repetitive. So remember what matters and do not re-explain basics unless I ask. Number 9 is write in first person when I'm creating content, okay? Because all the content I put out, it's gonna be in the first person as if I'm saying it. Number 10 is follow style preferences. So key one here that I would add if I were you, right here, follow style preferences. Avoid M dashes. Does anyone know what I'm talking about here? Anybody know what an M dash is? Okay, so ChatGPT is notorious for using the M dash in their responses. What is an M dash? It's essentially, well, this is, I guess, in my opinion, a normal dash. I don't even know how to create an M dash on the keyboard, but you hit it twice, or a shift or something. Let's see. Anyway, it's a longer dash, okay? So what we're trying to avoid here is giving away the fact that we're using AI, all right? We're using ChatGPT. So you've probably caught on, some of you, to people that have used ChatGPT. It loves to use the longer M dashes because it's kind of clean. It breaks up the text. There's more space. So, oh, you're getting caught. Really? A big M dash. So then just let it do its thing. Just tell it to use more M dashes, right? But yes. I'm going to show you. I get 100%. Zoom in. Is that better?
So when I copy
Yep.
from ChatGPT to
Yep.
what I'm putting it in,
Yep.
it gives this weird indentation, or
Yep.
it doesn't allow me to, and like the one line spacing. Is that part of what the dash is? You don't see the dash. It kind of doing that on the invisible side.
I think it's doing it by default.
Okay.
So if you don't like that layout, I would just tell it. Yeah, we're basically going to apply this result, this outline, if you guys wanted to use this. But now, like, this is what I have written. You can take this, you can copy it, paste it, use it to your own example. But here's the deal. I always make this joke. We're now going to use ChatGPT to have it write and give it instructions for ChatGPT. So what I mean by that is back over here in the ChatGPT under our custom instructions, I'm just going to open up a new tab and I'm just going to talk to it, right? By the way, you guys, if you didn't know this, you can click on this little dictate button. Most of us speak faster than we type, and I'm just going to talk to it, and I'll just say something like this, right? Let's pretend, hey, I want you to pretend I'm a real estate agent, and I need your help filling in some custom instructions for me in the personalization section of ChatGPT. I want you to just essentially improve the instructions in the About Me section so that you just know more about me and give better responses and a better output. So that way it just sounds more like me and you know exactly what I'm looking for whenever I'm using ChatGPT. I'm going to give you some information more on about who I am so that you can better do this. Do you have any questions for me in order to complete this task to the best of your ability? I'm gonna click the check mark here. It's now gonna write out everything I just said. By the way, guys, typos, grammatical errors, it doesn't matter. It's AI, it knows what you're saying, right? Key point here on what I just did is now, if I were you, right, I would do this exact same workflow, just talk to, explain to it, we want custom instructions. If you have a website, right, you could copy and paste your website in here. If you have any documentation, anything you want to give it to learn more about you, right, it can quickly now read your website, learn who you are, and then essentially give you that output. But key point here, whenever I don't really know exactly what to say to AI, whenever I'm working through it, I always ask it, what questions do you have for me in order to give me the best result, right? And that way, it's probably gonna give me back like 10 questions of content or ideas that I didn't even think about. So here, what did it ask me? One, your role and who you serve and your brand and voice, right? So you can see here, you can go pretty deep in on this, all right? Right, let's see, your offers, your content pillars, your standard CTAs. And again, guys, this is based for me. ChatGPT already knows a lot about who I am because I already plugged all that in, right? So you can see, you decide how detailed you want to go, but let's just get something in there today, all right? Last important note is there's a restriction on how much text you can copy and paste into it. So last thing I would say is like, just fill all this information in based off of what you already know about me and give me an about me and custom instructions for ChatGPT that is no longer than 1,500 characters. Why? Because the maximum number of characters that you can copy and paste into these custom instructions right here is 1,500 characters. So now it's going to give me an output that's roughly around 1,500 characters that's about me that I can plug in, right? So look at this. Now I can just highlight this. Here's my about me section, copy it. Here's my custom instructions, right? Same deal, highlight it, copy and paste it, all right? So does that all make sense on kind of what we're trying to do here, guys, just to customize it? And the world is your oyster, by the way. I mean, you could, if you're doing a lot of like social media content and use hashtags, you could even tell it like always use hashtag, whatever hashtag you use, real estate or whatever that is, and it will listen and remember that, all right? There's a lot of fake chat GPTs out there, so just be mindful. So just make sure that you are going to the website chatgpt.com or chat.openai.com, because believe it or not, if you search ChatGPT on Google, right, you might see it up here, or you might get a sponsored result of knockoff ChatGPTs. Like here's a fake one, chatbot app. I've actually sat down with 3 different people who were paying an obscene amount of money for the fake ChatGPT. So just make sure you are right. You're at chatgpt.com or chat.openai, and you're using the real ChatGPT. That's a good starting point. We're filling all of this in. We're filling in our custom instructions, right, to personalize our ChatGPT so that it sounds more like us and knows who we are. But also take note of this. If I ever wanted to add something to the memory of ChatGPT so that it knows about me, I could right here, I could say to it, hey, moving forward for any social media posts that I ask you to do when it's for Facebook or Instagram, always add the hashtag Chicago title and save this to your memory. Keyword there is in save this to your memory. Watch what happens if I do this right now. Let me make sure I got this right. Hashtag Chicago title. When I click it in here now, it's automatically going to store that to its memory. Look at that. Updated save memory. Got it. Moving forward, anytime you ask me to create a social media post specifically for Facebook or Instagram, I'll automatically include the hashtag Chicago title. So just be mindful if as you're working through this, and maybe there's something you forget today or it keeps making mistakes on, you can just say, hey, add this to your memory moving forward, do this. Yes?
This might be jumping ahead, but have you played around with uploading a video of yours, having it transcripted, and then having it know you that way?
Yeah.
By like using your tone and your voice. Instead of you trying to fill out,
Yep.
I think I am, doing it that way.
Yep. So we're now going to move forward And we've all done the base of personalizing the instructions for ChatGPT. If you wanted to level this up to the next level, right? The question just asked was, how do you even personalize ChatGPT to sound like you even more? Is segue. Let's talk to you about ChatGPT projects. All right. So over here on the left-hand side are projects. Okay. You might see this little drop-down arrow. You click projects. And what you can do is you can create projects on all sorts of things. One that I have here is write like me for social media posts. And what you'll see, I'll click on one of the outputs that it gave me. If I scroll up, it gives me an output of social media that can be posted to all different platforms. I've got my assistant posting to like 10 different social media accounts. So it breaks down, here's the social media caption for Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube. If I scroll down, here is the threads title. Here's the threads caption, because threads, the amount of characters you can have is different. If I scroll down further, here's X. Here's Reddit, right? Here's Pinterest. Here's the Pinterest title. Here's the Pinterest caption, right? If I keep going down, it could create my thumbnail for me. This is all built into one prompt within this project, all right? Now, what I want you to take away from this, and getting back to the question, is right here within your project, which I'm going to show you how to build in just a moment, is you can add files to it, all right? So if you have video content of yourself talking, you can upload the transcript of you talking, and you can train AI to sound like you, to understand your flow, your voice, how you speak, how you pause, right? Because it has all of that transcription information. So I gave it instructions, right, to essentially reference these files of transcriptions of just video content of me talking, all right? So I just uploaded these files, and then I gave it this prompt, which if you need it, I'll send it to you. And then it creates all this content and spits it out based off of my voice. That's like class for another day, but since you asked, that's how you do that. Taking a step back here, because I know that's kind of next level, is let's just talk about creating a project. You are going to create a project for today. So again, a project is where you want to essentially rely on any repetitive tasks that you're doing. A perfect example for right now is you are doing a real estate listing description, and maybe you find yourself opening up ChatGPT and you're typing in instructions every single time and giving information. That is a waste of time. Let's save you time and have you be more efficient by setting up a project so that way it knows exactly what you want, and you just have to type in this scenario, the property address. So here's how we create a project. All right, up on this screen, on the left-hand side, left bar, there's a button that says new project. We're gonna click on it, all right? And for the purpose of today, let's name it real estate listing description, all right? You can all call it that. I'm just gonna put in the number 2 here because I already have one, right? Name it real estate listing description, and then click create project. Once you click create project, you will see on the left-hand side, it has now created that project, real estate listing description. And now it's going to load you to this screen, right, with the folder, okay? Now the final step here is we need to give it instructions, right, on what we want it to do. So right here in the top right corner, you see add files. Click on add files. When you click on add files, you'll see project settings, you'll see the project name. Then right down below here, you can plug in those instructions. So that email that I sent to you earlier, find the Google document that says real estate listing description prompt, scroll down to page 3 of 4, and you will see the beginning of the prompt, which says hashtag real estate listing description assistant prompt.
Where'd you find that one?
Google document sent to your email.
And just copy the whole thing?
And copy the whole thing. Yep, I'll help you in a sec.
Was it 1, 2, or 3?
2. 2 is the one. So we're gonna highlight this, scroll all the way down to the bottom that says what's the property address, highlight it, and then we're gonna copy this, okay? We are now going to
What's
go back into ChatGPT, and we're going to paste in those instructions. All right? And then once we paste in those instructions, we're going to click Save. Okay? And now you have created a project that will create real estate listing descriptions for you on a property address. So now if you wanted to use this right now in real time, plug in a property address and see what happens, right? And it's going to prompt you. Here's what it's going to do, just so you understand what we're working with here. This is a prompt that will pull property details, beds, baths, square footage, lot size, year bill, upgrades from online sources. It's going to summarize themes and styles from past MLS remarks for the same property. It's going to ask you to confirm the accuracy before writing anything. It's going to draft a polished description in your preferred style, and it's going to offer revisions, shorter, longer, different tone, so you can always have these options, all right? Again, this is a project. So what's cool about projects, like I mentioned earlier, is they're a living, breathing prompt. So if you don't like the output that it gives you or like the tone, you could say, hey, moving forward, I want you to be, whatever, have a more warm and friendly tone, or use these adjectives, right? And it will automatically save that to the instructions and it will adjust moving forward, okay? So this is a living, breathing thing that you can work off of. Other ideas on projects that I've created here on the left-hand side. So we've got the social media one, which applies to all of you. I do a lot of events. We've got that in there. I even got one here because I track, for me, being at Chicago Title, I track the title orders that get opened under my name every day, and it spits it out. Like we get a report. It's like, it's like a 10-page report with my name scattered across 10 pages. I have a project here that automatically pulls out each open order under my name and it puts it into a spreadsheet. Takes a PDF, puts that data into a spreadsheet that I can then download and track. So think about like if there's anything with like PDF documents, spreadsheets, repetitive tasks, AI, it's very smart. It can pull out data and extract it and format it and put it into documents however you see put. So that's another example of how you can leverage this. So really like the sky's the limit here. I've got a bio optimizer. I show a lot of agents how to run targeted social media ads. I've got a listing ad copy generator. We've got the listing description generator. I teach another class on how to get found by AI where I show agents how to create blog post content. I've got a blog poster. So again, we've got a thumbnail creator. So you can use these projects in so many different ways. You just have to think, next time you're typing something in the ChatGPT, is this a repetitive task? Should I take a quick couple minutes and create a project? That's how we do it. All right? Cool. I'm going to show you one more thing today, and then I'm going to go around and help you all again. I want to show you GPTs. So we discussed GPTs a little bit earlier. GPTs are kind of top left side right here, where they're very similar to projects, but the difference between a GPT and a project is that a GPT is set in stone, right? So once we give it that prompt or those instructions, it's not going to deviate from those instructions. It's going to stay the same forever, right? We're not going to be able to change it, tweak it. The other difference between a GPT and a project is that a GPT can be shared with other people. So maybe if you have a real estate team or you have an assistant, you could create a GPT and share that with that person. So for me, right, I could share my GPT with my assistant who does my social media. So any sort of tasks that you want to be on brand or aligned with your company, this is where you could leverage a GPT to your advantage, all right? Now here's the deal. If you have the free ChatGPT, you can access and look at GPTs. You just can't create one for today. Here's some GPTs that I have just to give you some context. A lot of these I've just accessed and downloaded because I think they're cool. Here's one right here for me. Done With You Blog Writer. This is for real estate agents. It helps create blog content and you don't even have to think. You just feed it the information and it writes the blog for you, right? Right here, MLS photo description generator is the next one down, where it will automatically create photo descriptions for the MLS. Here's one called Endless Real Estate Content, right? Where it will give you content ideas. Here's one called Show What Others Won't for endless customers, again, for more content. And then here for the one for the sake of today, which we're all going to create right now, I'm going to show you how to create a GPT, is the Real Estate Script Studio. This is going to be essentially a prompt that we're going to copy and paste in to ChatGPT to create our own real estate script for any video topic that we want to focus on. All right. So very, very similar to what we just did with creating a project. We're just going to do some copying and pasting. It's just going to look a little bit different. All right. So here we go. Here's how you create a GPT. Left-hand side, we can see here GPTs if we have any. If you don't, you have an option called Explore GPTs. Does everyone see this? Because sometimes the screen looks a little bit different.
Explore GPT.
We see that? Explore GPTs? Okay. So I'll click on, no, we don't have Explore GPTs. Okay. We're in the free?
I'm not in free and I still don't see it.
Okay. I have a solution. If I have the free version of ChatGPT, how do I explore GPTs? It's a URL that they're going to give us. I just forget what it is. So the answer, it's thinking real hard. I don't think I need thinking for this one. If you're on the free version of ChatGPT, you can still browse and use GPTs. It's just going to look a little bit different. And it still says explore GPTs on the left side, which I know isn't true. So I'll say, what's the URL? Okay. And I'll go, boom. And it's going to be, if you don't have it on the left-hand side, chatgpt.com/GPTs. Okay. Cool. So Explore GPTs, here they are. So again, if you're on the plus $20 a month version of ChatGPT, you can create a GPT. So once we've gotten to Explore GPTs, we're going to create a GPT. Top right corner, create GPT right here, which again, you can only access if you're paying $20 a month. Click create. Okay. Again, very similar to how we set up a project. We're going to name it and we're going to copy and paste the instructions in, right? So I could say right here, left-hand side, this right here, again, going back to that email I sent you, this is going to be that final number 3 Google document that I shared with you, which is your personalized video script generator. So again, it has instructions at the top on what this is, how to use it. You're going to scroll down past the instructions down to page 4, all right, where you're going to see the beginning of this prompt. Starts with hashtag objective. All right, we're going to scroll. It's a 2-page prompt. It's very detailed. All right, and we are going to copy it. We will now go back over to ChatGPT to a screen that looks like this. Let's name it. Let's call it Real Estate Video Script Generator. Okay. I could add a short description of what this ChatGPT does. Creates 60-second video scripts for real estate. Sure. Okay. And then the last step is we're going to, right here in the instructions section, just paste in those instructions. All right. Yep.
Just scroll up
So,
to the top so I can
you got
see
it.
which one you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Example of well-paced on the instructions. Just scroll up so I can.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep. So we're on the personalized video script generator. And then we're going to scroll down past the instructions. It's a 5-page document. I just wanted to separate out the prompt. The prompt starts right here on page 4.
Objective.
Yep, hashtag objective. And it's a 2-page prompt. We're going to highlight it and then copy it.
I have a message that says it cannot be more than 8,000 characters.
Okay. Good question. Let's try it. Let me see what happens. Below that, instructions, there's conversation starters, there's knowledge. This is like if you had no idea where to start, you could give it this information. We're going to leave that alone for now, right? Again, you can upload files, right? You can add additional information to it. Recommended model, I would recommend doing the latest ChatGPT model, okay? 5.2 thinking. Capabilities, web search, Canvas, Dolly, don't worry about that. It's all defaulted. Don't worry about that. All right. So again, in review, we gave the GPT a name. We gave it a quick description. We gave it instructions. We chose ChatGPT 5.2. thinking model. And now, let's see if it works. I don't know, maybe it is too many characters. Oh, last question. When you click create, it's gonna ask, do you wanna share it? Is it only for me? Is it anyone with the link, right? Do you wanna throw it into the GPT store so it's a public GPT for anyone to access, right? You decide. I'll just say anyone that I give the link to can have it, right? Let's click save. Just thinking. Okay, it did it. So, settings saved. If I want to share this with anyone, I could copy this GPT, could give it to someone on my team, right? They could use it as well. I can now click View GPT. So now look where it takes us. It takes us back within here to ChatGPT, right? Hopefully you see it here on the left-hand side. There it is, Real Estate Video Script Generator, right? Let's ask it to make us a video. Make me a video. All right, I still have it defaulted to the thinking version. Absolutely, here are 3 real scripts you can record today. Stop scrolling, buyer hook. Okay, now it's just making stuff up, right? 3 things I do, seller hook. Maybe I wanted to make a script on, create a video script on why now is a good time to sell here in February 2026. As a homeowner, if you're thinking about selling your home this year, right? Let's see what it says. Okay. And here is my script. If you've been thinking maybe we sell later this year, February is actually a really smart time to start. Here's why. You get ahead of the spring rush while serious buyers are already watching for new listings. Less competition right now can mean your home stands out more, and that can translate into blah, 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 right? And then at the very end, you can see here there's a hook, right? If you want a quick, no pressure plan for selling this year, I'll map out the best timing and next steps for your home, right? Again, it's customizing this, DM me 2026. That's because I use a lot of DM language. You can tweak this though, obviously. Hey, send me a message or call me or email me, whatever you want, right? But you can see here, there's hook, there's content, there's offer, right? This is broken down into what should take you roughly 60 seconds for a video, right? So for those of you in the room, if you want to make a video, right, we could highlight this script if we want to use it, and we could copy and paste it into whatever teleprompter app we use on our phone, and now we just read the script, right? It's funny. I've been in title insurance for 9 years with Chicago Title, and my first class that I used to teach was I was just trying to encourage real estate agents to make videos, right? Different time, 9 years ago. And when I was teaching that class, I was pretty anti using teleprompters. I was like, they don't sound like you, right? Most people will use them. The right verbiage is wrong. Now, though, my opinion has completely flipped. I personally, most of my content I create, I'll have AI create the script, copy and paste it real fast into, I use the CapCut app as my teleprompter. I use a ton of teleprompter AI content. And the reason why is the truth is it's AI. And it can do a very, very good job to do a great hook, do a great story, and do a great offer, right? And I know that it's just smarter than me. And now I have to think about what I'm saying, and it still sounds like me, and it's good enough. So this is how you could apply this and create a GPT. So really, again, whether or not you use these today, the goal is just to focus on the fundamentals on personalizing your ChatGPT, creating a ChatGPT project, and then creating a GPT, just so you better understand what this is capable of, all right? I just started doing these this year. I used to just give a big overview of different AI tools. I found that was overwhelming to most of the people in the room. So now the focus is, again, let's just do a workshop. Let's dive into a few things that might be helpful. So again, this was on ChatGPT and how to leverage it more. The next one's going to be how to create content, social media content, flyers, images. And the third workshop is going to be on how do we use AI to edit videos so it gets us like 95% of the way there, okay? So thank you all for working through this with me. I know that it's a change in working through this. I'm going to walk around for those of you that still need some assistance. But again, thank you for being here. If you have any questions, reach out.